Alright, welcome everybody back to CTI Steven 20's channel for more PSGL GT Sport action. It was a pretty thrilling week last week with some big accidents and a very close finish, Simmel taking the feature race. Tonight we will be on the Monza layout with no chicane down in turn 1. Well, it won't be turn 1 anymore without the chicane, so it'll just be a bend. But Monza always one of my favorite tracks to drive on the F1 game, and I love spectating it for commentary, so it should be a good one. They're doing it at normal time this time, so we can actually see the cars. Last time they did it at nighttime, and it was a little rough. But let's see, I'll pull up the point standings here. Should be on the Discord. GT Sports. Oops. Alright, so after the first week, Simmel leads the points. I think that's admin advantage right there, if I do say so myself. Simmel with 36 points, Blizzard in second, 32 points, Lambo and Dre tied with 27. Frome with 26, AMS and Juho tied with 15, Grumpy with 4, and Jack with no points after rage quitting both races. And for the team, Team VSR has 74 points, the Golden Oldies have 66, Team All Sorts have 42, and Conage Toon has 0. That will change tonight because Ponage is here. I don't think Cablo is though. Or at least not yet. Dre with a rainbow card tonight. Polaroid. Let me get the link here and throw it in the group chats now that F1 is starting soon for us. We have the group chats again so people could come say hi. Francis with a 23.1, fastest in practice so far. It's almost as fast as the F1 cars go around here. I think the F1 cars are around 20, 21 maybe. Depends who's driving the car, obviously. Let's throw this in. Alright, so what do we have tonight? We have 11 drivers. Last week, I believe we only had 9. So better turnout tonight. A couple people showing up that weren't here last week, and a couple people that were here last week not here this week. But hopefully we'll get a full grid next week. We picked the guys with the best attendance from the last season, so we should have a couple full grid races this season. Obviously, plans come up and things happen, but yep, that's life. Alright, so race 1. 5 cars will be starting at the back. We'll have to sit on the line for 10 seconds. Everybody else gets to go. The last 5 will then be able to go from there. After the 10 seconds, 15 minutes on the clock. I can't see the lights because they're facing the other way. Tonnage will be on pole with Bliss starting second. Couple guys jump start there. And now the rest of the field can go. And there they go. Alright, so no chicane today. Although it's going to be funny if somebody actually tries to take the chicane, because that'd be hilarious to me. Because as everybody here is an F1 driver on the game. Oh, AMS came in a little too hot there. Everybody in this lobby has played F1 and they're used to the chicane when they do Monza, so. Opponent out to 1.8 second lead. Bliss in second, Jack up to third already, with AMS hunting him down, with Juho lurking in behind as well. Jack with 1.8 seconds of penalties already. Monza's very strict when it comes to corner cutting on this game. And it's pretty easy to cut a lot of corners here. Oh, Jack goes off at Ascari. Muscles his way back. Oh. AMS goes way wide, but will manage to get the third position. If Jack is smart here, he'll use the slipstream down the front stretch instead of making a move here. Or that works too. AMS goes a little wide, gives him room. Little contact. And AMS will now have the slipstream, and he'll take a peek around the outside. AMS almost makes the corner that time. Oh god, barriers flying everywhere in the back. Oh, somebody's off. Is that Frome? Yeah, that's Frome. Dre's got a penalty. Simmel in 8th. Blizzard and Fran coming through the field. Fran making his season debut tonight in his beautiful Marlboro car. Reminds me of watching racing back when I was growing up, when it was okay to have that as a sponsor. Beautiful looking car. It will win my livery of the, or number 1 of the week. Jack's racking up them penalties. AMS got a few. Bliss is hunting down Ponage, and Bliss also in a sponsor you normally wouldn't see on a car these days. Looks nice as well. Ponage gets in behind, trying to get some slipstream. Down under 12 minutes to go in the race, as the 2 cars in front are separated by less than a tenth. Grab my water here. Jack back into third. Keep an eye on that as well as the leaders here. Even though Bliss looks like he's pulling away. So we'll head back down to Jack and AMS. AMS with a run, taking a look on the inside. Jack will defend it. Jack will stay in third for the time being. AMS taking a look on the inside of Parabolica. Had to think about that for a second for some reason. And Jack will have the slipstream down the stretch here, though. AMS is filling up that mirror. Telling Jack, knock, knock, I'm coming through the door. I'll take a looking back here. Seems to be some movement as Blizzard and Juho are battling for 6th. Jeez, the way the cars are paired up, 2, 2, and 2, with like the bump drafting they're doing, reminds me of NASCAR from about 3 or 4 years ago when they used to have the tandem racing, where 2 cars would hook up, you know, nose to tail and just push each other around the track until the guy in back got overheated, and then the guy in front would let him pass so he could cool down his car, and then he would push that guy. Bliss still leads, Ponge in second, Jack in third, Fran in fourth. But we have a cluster from 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and Dre's catching up in 9th. Oh, Juho's off just a bit there in the gravel. Forgot to put the telemetry back up when I switched cameras. Just under 8 minutes remaining, almost at the halfway point. Should be able to complete about 8, maybe 9 laps in the time limit. Fast lap race goes to Lambo, the 1:23.54. Fran has caught Jack. And Jack has caught Ponage. And Fraggle / Mr. Bliss over here has checked out. Bliss has left the building with a 6-second lead. And it'll grow the longer these guys fight. Unless they just team up nose to tail and just push each other to them. But something about Jack Tyler doesn't say team to me. As Francis will get by Jack for third, as he locks his sights on Ponage. Oh, he goes off the track, and Jack's off as well. Don't know what happened there. Looked like a bit of miscommunication there. Because I know they're all in a party together. Francis and Lamble. Down to... Well, I won't even call that turn 1, it's more of a bend. Blizzard's all over Ponich now, too. Blizzard and Lamble side by side again. Oh, went the wrong way. Oh, Blizzard and Francis. Oh, Blizzard's off. And Lamble will get this position. Simmel's got to run as well. Will they have enough time to make it before Parabolica? Yes, he will. Simmel up into 5th. Blizzard fighting back on the inside, though. Whoa. Almost 3 wide here at the front. Oh, the battle for second, should I say. Oh. Oh, Francis still makes the corner even though he got hit from behind by Ponich. Everybody together. Goes to show that Simo's idea of having the handicap works, because everybody's together now other than Bliss. Oh no, Ponich! Ponich is around. We have just under 4 minutes to go here. So at the pace that they're going, should be able to get 3 more laps in. Better camera, thank you. Blizzard with the slipstream on Lambo, he pulls out and makes the pass before they get down to the curve. A little bump draft there. These guys are very familiar with each other and will always work as a team, being in VSR and PSGL F1 as well. More rivals in PSGL F1, but as a VSR crew, they work well together as a team here in GT Sport. France is up to 3.7 seconds of penalties. And with how close everybody was, let's see, where is he? So 3.2 will put him 10.5. He would still be 5th as of now. Ponich has left. It's unlike him to leave. He must have lagged out. Two minutes exactly. Enough for 2 more laps. Bliss is, he's pretty much won this if he keeps the car on the track. 7-second lead. Especially with Fran with a 3.1 second penalty. teammates battling in the back, Frome and Simmel for 7th. And uncharacteristic of Juho has a penalty. Juho's usually really good about the track limits. Track limits, tire wear, and fuel consumption. 3 strong points for Juho. And he is one of the cleanest drivers I've ever raced against in F6. 1 lap to go, as there's only 30 seconds left. It's been a pretty good battle up here at the front, other than the little slip by Ponich. Bottled a couple of the people up, but... Oh, Lambo's picked up a penalty too, so Blizzard should be able to get second here, unless Francis could somehow bleed it off. Hey Fish, how you been? Heard you've been busy. Hopefully everything's been going well. Alright, time has expired. Where's Bliss? Bliss is coming to Parabolica now. Yeah, they started last Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. I forgot today was Wednesday. I went out to do some errands today. And, yeah. Here comes Bliss around the final corner to win in his season debut. Blizzard will come around in second, but might not finish second because of penalties. He'll get third. Lambo fourth, Trey fifth, Frome sixth, Simmel seventh. No, Simmel sixth, Frome seventh, Jack eighth, Juho ninth. Oh, Frome had a penalty. No surprise there. Yeah, there's 3 cars for him to choose from this season. 90% of the guys are using the Sauber Mercedes, or whatever it's called, and Juho's using a Nissan. Is there a way to take a peek at the car? Alright, this is one of them. That's the one Juho's driving. Yeah, I don't have many cars because I don't play the game often. But yeah, a lot of the guys are, I think it's called the C9 for the Sauber Mercedes. Alright. While they rest for their 5 minutes. Yeah, exactly. I need to go refill my water bottle since I had an episode of heat exhaustion earlier, and I'm trying to stay hydrated while we do this here. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I'm trying, Fish. Oh, Dre left the room. He must be putting another livery on. So, I got the digital download of F1 when the game came out. And 8 times since the game's been out, my digital copy has corrupted data, delete the game, delete the save file, restart. Did I do it? And then corrupted data, delete the game, everything. So after 8 times, I said I had enough. Deleted the game. Walked up to the store today to get the new one, and it was sold out. Then I walked another, well, it was 2 miles to that store, then it's another mile to the next store. And yeah, I lost all my setups, but because my time trial times stay up there, I could just go back onto time trial and download my setups and adjust them for race setups. So I walked to another store about a mile from there, and they didn't have it. And I ended up walking to 2 more stores. One didn't have it, and then finally the 4th store had it. And then by the time I got to that store, I was like 4.5 miles away from my house. And the heat index here is 104 degrees, which is 42 Celsius. And I'm sensitive to the heat, and I collapsed on the way home when I was walking home, so I had to stop at the little mini mart thing, the convenience store, and I bought like 3 bottles of water and a Gatorade. And I drank 2 of the bottles and poured one over my head, and I felt a little better, and I walked the rest of the way home and took a nap when I got home. According to Big C, most of the people he knows that has that issue are only people with digital copies. So hopefully having the disc makes a difference, because I would like to race this season. I'm not going to be very productive on the game, but it would be nice to race. Yeah, I've paid double. PSN doesn't give refunds for digital copies, and maybe if I emailed them, they might, because it's a digital copy error, but there's no way to prove that it is, I guess. Because it happens to some, it doesn't happen to others. But, yeah. I've worked a lot of hours in the last 2 weeks, so I treated myself to buying the game again. Alright, Juho's gonna switch out of the Nissan and go to the Sauber Mercedes. Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. I didn't re-download it after the patch. But at least when the game ends, I could sell the game and get a little discount off F120. F1 2020. And then I put the disc in for it to start installing, and I put it in rest mode. And I turn it back on to do this, and it didn't install because I forgot it doesn't download. It's actually installing off the disc. So I have to install it after the stream here. Got about a minute until the next race starts, or as soon as Juho comes back, whatever happens. So we get the full field here. Usually people go out to practice, but it's been pretty quiet. Scroll through the liveries here. Got the Golden Oldies livery here. Oh, there you go. And then we got the Fanta liveries for AMS, Blizzard, and Lambo. Bliss for the Heineken. Looks sharp. It'll be my number 3 of the week. Jack, Ponage, and Cablo all have similar styles of the black, orange, and white. Francis with a beautiful Marlboro car. Reminds me of racing back in the 90s. That would be my number 1 livery of the week. AMS gets the Fanta as well. From is Golden Oldies. And Dre with the Polaroid rainbow color going there. That would be my number 2 livery of the week. Juho has returned. So we'll have 10 guys. I thought there were... Somebody didn't enter because there were 11 for the last race. Oh, wait. It was Pona. She left. He's got the Marlboro card. It says no smoking on the wall. There's somebody going out. Can't tell who that was. Oh, it's Juho. So this is what that looks like as default livery. Looks pretty nice. At least this livery on default is blank, so you can actually build one out of it, not like the other ones that you gotta take stuff off to make one. "25-second handicap for those starting and back." Hello, Fraggle. Good job on your win. I actually thought the guys with the handicap for the first race were going to catch up quick just because all the slipstream. If they worked together and push each other, I thought they would have caught faster, but they were working together and it just didn't happen. Fraggle just ran away. So Lambo, Frome, Blizzard, Lambo, Frome, Fran, and Dre will all get a 25-second standstill. And away the top five go. Jack with a move on AMS. He's trying to squeeze him off, but AMS says, "No, I'm here." Alright, everybody else will now be moving, and away they go. Little new idea Simo had for this season. Little time handicaps instead of making 2 divisions and 2 sets of cars and all that. It worked out pretty well last week because Simo was one of the non-handicap guys, and he won, but everybody was right behind him at the end, so it works out. Pelnia ready for AMS. He must be taking Frome's advice for track limits. No, it's Simo throwing in a trust system, trusting that the guys sit there and wait, and they've been good about it. I mean, last week, Dre jumped it a little bit, but he put himself at the back when they finally did start moving, so he policed it himself. Joe with a move around the outside into third. He wasn't kidding about he was losing time in the other car. He's throwing himself right up there at the front. And look at it, they're still 25 seconds behind. Now, so that's all they got to do, is they got to line up on the straights. Well, not like that, but push each other on the straights and they'll catch up faster. Wait, Dre has that's a different livery than he ran the first race, but it's the same company. It's kind of hard for the commentating though for it because you'll have battles up here and battles back there at the same time just because there's two groups of cars together. And Jack is driving off into the distance. Similar on the outside of AMS, going to Parabolica. Simmels looks strong in these cars. He pretty much dominated the race last week for the feature race. Although the field did get blown up, and they had to get a second 25-second what do you call it, handicap, because young Mr. Jack Tyler decided to stop the car in the middle of the track and blow everybody up from third on back. Keep forgetting about that. So 4 minutes down here in the final race, 90% of the race to go. I believe they could go around 18 minutes on fuel, if I'm not mistaken. They had quite a bit left at the end of the last race, maybe 20 minutes on fuel. See Jack take the line. He has a penalty, but he still has a 4.5 second lead. So he's got that covered right now. Simmels got the slipstream on AMS as they head down into the first bend, whatever you want to call that. It's not even a turn. It drops the first chicane, yeah. The only chicanes are this one and Ascari. Yeah, I was watching an iRacing stream once, and they were racing NASCAR cars here. And I always thought this track is only an open wheel car track, and they raced it with the no chicane. I'm like, that's just stupid. It's like, because those NASCAR cars would not make that first chicane. No way in hell. But it was still a pretty good race. Little added penalty to AMS there as Bliss is catching him. Joho in a solid 5th. And then 13 seconds behind him is the gang that started 25 behind. Sorry. That snuck up on me. I'm actually waiting for, I mean, it probably won't happen now, but I was waiting for somebody to try to take the chicane in turn 1. So technically turn 1 is really the second chicane, because it's really, I mean, it's a bend. It's not really a turn until you get over here. Simmel up into second, and Jack's lead is down to 2.4, so he must have bled off that penalty. Not many spots here you could bleed off the penalties, because Monza is well known as the fastest track in the world, if I am not mistaken. The temple of speed. And by taking out the first chicane, you lose the one spot you could bleed out your penalties. We'll head back to the action here for third. These guys have spread out a little bit. There might have been contact at some point. I hate when it says 0.0 for a penalty. He's blotted off. And these cars aren't too far off of F1 cars, because they're not missing the times that we could do in the F1 game by much. It's about maybe 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds. I forgot what the world record is on F1. Well, it's probably going to be higher now with the new patch. With the patch they put in today, everyone's probably going to be like a second and a half faster now, so. Maybe I could actually make it to turn 1 at Bahrain without breaking at the, like, 1,000-meter board. It seems to be a gaggle of cars back here. This Blizzard has taken 9th away from Dre. These cars look so twitchy when they get close together. Jack's a little over 2 seconds now. Simmel's got a 1.6 second cushion over AMS, who's got bliss breathing down his neck. I'll have to look that clip up. I've never, well, other than Spotlight season, I've never really seen an F1 car come off the ground. Happens all the time in NASCAR, even though they have the safety regulations. They have the flaps on top of the car, which are supposed to keep it on the ground, and it doesn't always work. Somebody's always flipping the damn thing over. Alright, so there's not a lot of gaps at the front, so we'll look at Froome and Francis. The king of penalties with a 2.1 second penalty. Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. I can see how these cars would come off the ground. They don't look like they weigh a lot. And with the speeds they go, if they get sideways or go backwards, they're just going to come up under the wing and push it off the ground. Oh, I got it now. The Marlboro car with the 12 on it reminds me of Penske. I've been trying to figure out where I know that from. When Penske used to do the Marlboro cars in IndyCar, that's what they look like. Big slipstream down the front stretch here. Francis to the outside of Lambo. This track gotta be so much fun for them because it's so fast and it's wide enough where you can actually have battles. Francis makes a little buckle there. He loses 2 positions. Bliss is down to 5th. Something has happened. Oh, we were about to have a battle for the lead here. Simmel and Jack. Jack is or I mean, Simo is technically the leader right now. Obviously, he's within 1.7 seconds. Very consistent lap times from Simo as well. The tires are falling off a bit, though. So we're 13 minutes in, and they're almost 3/4 dry. Jack's actually been saving fuel, so good on Jack. As this is supposed to be a PG stream, but Simo was inside of Jack for a second there. Yeah, so I'm thinking about 20 minutes for a load of fuel. They might be able to one-stop if they save fuel in the second run. Is Simo going to try to make a move going to the first bend? So much speed through there. Simo into the lead. It sounds good to me, Fish. I think eventually I'll end up needing to have the details for the PSGL channel, because if Lico can't make an F4 stream, I'm going to have to be the main streamer. So the whole main reason for me, I didn't want to do on PSGL thing, and back in the 2017 F1, I turned down TTG as well, because I don't want to be like knowing the password and stuff for the channel in case somebody got mad and did something to hurt the channel. I don't want to be like a suspect or anything like that, because everyone knows I don't always agree with Big C, and we usually have some arguments and stuff. So I would feel like I would be the first one people would think would do it. And it's the same reason why I refuse to run a cash register at my job, because I don't want to be, you know, I don't need my name on there in case somebody else uses it, and, you know. Happened to me a long time ago when I used to work in a fast food place. They put my number on the register and sent me to wash dishes, and the boss ran the register, and the register was $20 short, and he blamed me. I mean, you were running the register. And then he got fired for stealing money. Yeah, that's what Big C was explaining to me. They can't do anything like catastrophic to the channel. They could only delete videos or something. Yeah, they do. And if that's how they found out that it was the boss that was taking the money. Look at this three-way battle for the lead. Oh! AMS is... Oh my god! AMS with a huge crash. Oh, and Juho makes it through. Looked like AMS went a little wide there and caught the gravel or grass at that point. And that's the point of no return here at Monza. One tire off the track with the speeds you take here, and you're going for a crazy ride. Alright, so pit stops next lap, I believe. And the funny thing is, it wasn't even only the register he was taking. The boss is supposed to go deposit the money in the bank, and he was depositing some in the bank and some in his account because he had an account at the same bank. And it took him like 3 months to figure that out. It's like, how? And AMS's pits. Somebody is left. Could have sworn we started this race with 10. Fran is not on track. Bottled it. There's still plenty of time left in the race. Throw some fresh tires on and see what you could do. Everybody with penalties here except Lambo. Who else? Juho, no penalties. And Simo, no penalties. Everybody else is collecting them like they're in style. Simo will pit this lap, as he is on fumes. Jack as well. Alright, just the same time. Everybody's going to pit this lap. Oh wait, except Juho, because Juho saves fuel. Well, actually, I don't know if he'll make it. That's gotta cut it close, Juho. I don't think Amos put enough fuel in. I think you needed, at the time he pit, I think you needed a full tank to make it to the end. So when Bliss pits, he'll need, let's see, 20 minutes for 100 liters. 20 minutes is 1,200 seconds. So... wait, 20 minutes. I'm trying to figure out the math here. By the time he pits, it'll be 90% of the 20 minutes. So maybe he needs 90 liters. So you can save a little time by not filling it up all the way. Alright, here comes Juho around Parabolica. And he will pit. Unless he's crazy. There he is. Good old Juho. Always stretching the fuel longer than everybody else. Symbol's actually got his lead up over Jack over almost 4 seconds now. Bliss will stay out for one more lap. It's a one-stop fish. If they save enough fuel, it's a one-stop. Because you could do 20 minutes on a full tank, and you got to do the little extra after the 20 minutes at the end to complete the final lap. Yeah, Juho is really good. It's like I mentioned earlier in the stream, he's a clean driver. He can extend tire wear like nobody else. He can also extend the fuel like nobody else. It's just the strategy doesn't work sometimes. Hey, Dale. And work does suck the fun out of some things. Until last night, I had worked 6 days in a row. So it was nice to finally like relax. And then I had a nightmare that I overslept for work, so I didn't sleep well last night. Alright, Bliss will be in. Simmel will inherit the lead. Bliss is out of fuel. He timed that perfectly, I guess. 16 minutes left. Bliss will only need 80 liters of fuel to make it to the end. And Simmel's big man. He won the feature race last week, and he's put himself in a good position this time. Blizzard's 8 seconds behind, as the closest of the, air quotes, fast guys. Blizzard was 10th at one point in this race after he had it off. And Fran has called it quits, it looks like, on this race. From a Lambo battling here. One of Dale's teammates, part of the Golden Oldies from Simmel and Dale. I don't think Fromm's ever happy unless he has that little red marker above his head. Francis has left the room. Yeah, the second race didn't go well for Francis. From wears that little red number above his head like a crown every race. Oh, AMS is back up to 4th after his huge crash earlier. If he could save a little bit more fuel, he might be able to make it to the end. He pit before everybody else, because his tires were shot after the spin. Oh, Blizzard's got mountains of penalties. Oh, and there's more added to it. 7 seconds now for Blizzard, so technically he's 13 behind Simmel. Let's jack half. 1.2, so Simmel's looking at about a almost 5 second leader. 14 minutes to go. They should be able to fit in about 10 more laps, I think. Oh, somebody hit the barriers all the way out in the gravel. Cablo might be proud it was a barrier, not his cones this time. Froome still ahead of Lambo, as he's upped his little red marker to 2.9 seconds. Oh, Dre way wide out back there. That's definitely going to be a penalty. Or not. I remember last time we came to Monza, whoever went that wide over there got a penalty every time. from adding more. See, from Simbo's position here, a 4-second lead with Jack with 2 seconds penalties behind him. He's just got to drive the track. Doesn't have to worry about anybody else right now. Hit the marks, stay on the track between the white lines. Blizzard is catching Jack, so I'm sure they will battle at some point, which will help Simwall as well. Well, I just have this feeling that they're going to come together and they're both going to get penalties and go off the track at the same time. Happened last week as well. Blizzard got a late penalty when he was charging down Simo. Let's take a little peek here at Discord so I know what I'm talking about at the end of the stream here. Alright, I can remember that. I'll top the list this next week. I can remember that for the industry. So how much will Jack fight Blizzard? Just under 10 minutes to go as they come through Parabolica. Blizzard around the outside. Moved on. That was best case scenario for Blizzard. Get by Jack as quick as you can, because you need to catch Simo and bleed your penalty. $217 miles an hour for Blizzard as he goes into the curve. Oh, would you look at that? Froome and Dre are together on track again. Title rivals repeatedly through their careers in PSGL, and here they find themselves on track together again. I believe they were called Class C. Let me take a peek here on the Discord. Oh, wrong button. Pin messages. Doesn't say in the rules. Actually, when they end this race, we'll go back to that other screen where I can choose spectate and all that. It says what the class of the car is at the top. Blizzard's up to 7.2 seconds, so that's technically 10 seconds behind Simo. 7.5 to go. Lambo and AMS. AMS a little wide of Parabolica there. The AstroTurf could be deadly sometimes. From will get to choose what lane. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say what lane he wants to get the slipstream from. As Lambo makes it into fourth. Oh, Fraggle must have had another off. He's 53 seconds behind. Now Frome is catching AMS. As this little red crown gets bigger. He's gonna have the slipstream here. Will he make the move before Parabolica? Ooh, a switchback from Frome. And into 50 goes. Forced AMS to make a mistake on his own there and took advantage of it. So as we head down to 5 minutes remaining, there's your leader. And they're second place. 1.3 behind with 6 seconds of penalties. Oh, Symbol's picked up a little bit of a penalty as well. I've never actually played this game. I wonder if you look behind as the driver, if you could see the person behind you has the penalty thing over their head. Whoa, somebody's way off in the back there. Lambo. Oh, Jack has his hazard lights on again. Goes Frome to the outside of AMS. Job done. AMS taking a peek back on the outside himself. He'll have the inside for the chicane here. And AMS will get the position back. So a nice little battle going on between the two of them. Yes, there you go. Focus on the two cars battling, not Dre behind. I mean, come on. Dre will get there eventually. You can put the camera on him then. And we have missed. Blizzard has overtaken Simo. 3 minutes remaining. Which means still be 3 laps. Maybe not. There'll be 2 laps to go. Because they'll cross the line now. And it's a minute 23-ish for the fastest lap. So yeah, there's 1 more lap after this one. Can Blizzard gap enough to Simo? Jack and Lambo battling for 3rd now. Both with, I'll say, marginal penalties. Because those could easily be bled out. Simo, Juho, and, oh, never mind. Juho and Bliss are the only guys on track without a penalty. That's gonna be costly for Simo. We'll go back down here to this cluster of cars. One lap to go. So they will complete 27 laps here. It's quite a bit here at Monza in 40 minutes. So there you have it. When PSGL goes to Monza, the race should be 40 minutes. Because I believe it's a 27 lap race for the 50%. Yeah, Dre used it when they were doing the Super Formula cars as well. "30 seconds remaining. Oh, and Simo gives Blizzard a shot as Blizzard was trying to bleed off his penalty. 5 seconds remaining. As they come through Parabolica. Blizzard trying to bleed off his penalty. Can he hold on for the win? Simo wins by 2/10. Lambo in third. Froome in fourth for now. Dre will be fourth. Froome fifth. Jack sixth. AMS seventh. And Juho will come around Parabolica and close out the race. So Simo wins by 0.276. Holy Jesus, this is going to be a good season. Simo, your winner for both feature races this season. All right, yeah, it says Group C for the car classification at the top there. PSGL Group C. But, damn. That was enjoyable to watch. Next week we'll be at Autopolis International Race Center, I think it was called. So we'll see you next Wednesday, 8 p.m. UK time, for more action with these cars. Can Simo make it 3 for 3 next week in the feature race? Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I think it's admin advantage here with the head starts, but, you know. Good job, Simo. And good job to Fraggle for winning the first race as well tonight. So, everybody who is watching or will watch this eventually, take care and stay safe. And I'll see you next Wednesday.